Hey, welcome everybody to another video here. It's Jesus, and hope you can tell what I'm gonna talk about. If not, I don't know what to tell you. You guys didn't get the joke. Today, I want to talk about Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, which is the second movie of Miles Morales. Because I know it's a little confusing. The first one's called Into the Spider-Verse. This one's called Across. But I'm excited to talk about this because I just recently finished watching it in theaters, and I gotta say, it's a good movie. But I also want you guys to comment down if you like the movie. If not, why so? What was your favorite part? All that fun stuff, all that fun jazz. But I'm gonna get to it now, and I'm gonna explain to you guys my personal opinions. So, uh, this is just my own thoughts. So if you disagree, that's okay. You don't have to agree to everything I say. But yeah, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Did I like it? Yes. I actually really enjoyed this movie. I thought it was a good movie. Something controversial that I'm gonna say is I actually like the art style changing for Dimensions. And the reason that's controversial is because I do remember hearing some people on my way out of the theater being like, I just hated how the color palette and the art style would change. And I understand that it could be a little frustrating for your mind to be like, why are we changing to different types of like colors and stuff? And it's like, well, it's because each dimension has their own, like Spider Gwen's look different compared to Miles Morales. My favorite art style is still Miles Morales is dimension, universe, whatever we want to call it. I think Miles Morales looks nice. It's always one of my favorites. But yeah, I love this movie. I think the only reason that's holding me back from saying it's like an amazing movie, unfortunately, listened to the album beforehand, and I knew a lot more going into this movie. I think that kind of ruined it because I had pre notions. If anybody asked me, hey man, do you like the second one or the first one? If somebody told me, do you like the first one better or the second one? To answer that question, truthfully, I like the first one better. And I like the first one better because it was a first time experience. Like, I remember it was me and my friend. We went to watch it, and I didn't know what to expect because I was like, oh, this is the first animated movie for Spider Man. Probably not the first, but I remember being like, oh, Sony came out with a Spider Man Into the Spider Verse movie. And I didn't know what to expect. I remember watching it with him. And I remember everything was such a new experience. It was a new experience for me or him. Like, I remember when they showed Kingpin, and he was like, bro, why is he so big? I was like, bro, he's always big in the comics, but geez, this Kingpin is like huge. And like everything in that movie was new to me, like and exciting. Like when I saw the van say Red X instead of FedEx, and I was like, oh, this is in our dimension. And then seeing like Miles Morales become Spider-Man, and then I didn't know that his uncle became the Prowler. Like I didn't know none of this stuff going into the Spider-Verse, the first one. So it always, and then like they played on your ideas because I remember, I knew who Doc Ock was, but I never thought of, oh, Liv is Dr. Octavius, but the girl version, right? I never thought of that. And so it was like, whoa, like it was these different these things that played like with my mind and tricked me, and like it made me excited, right? And so I think that's why that one will always hold the number one position for me because I had a good time with my friend and we both had like a good experience together, like being like, whoa, I can't, like, bro, no way, she's the bad guy, like what, and then just seeing Nicolas Cage Spider-Man, and then Penny, and then the Spider Pork, and it was just the first time experience all this stuff, and that's why that one will always hold number one to me. But to talk about Cross the Spider Verse, it was still a good movie. They still kept the same energy alive. They still kept that energy. We got to meet all kinds of new Spider-Man, Spider-Punk, Spider-Man, the Rocker. We got to see the Indian Spider-Man. Like, oh, that dude was funny. Everything was great. Everything was good. I love this movie. I love the story. But like I said, I kind of ruined it because I played the album, and so I had this pre-notion of like, oh, I think it's the story of Miles and Gwen fall in love, and then Miguel doesn't want them to fall in love, and that's why Miguel doesn't like Miles because they weren't supposed to do that. But that is not what happened. So that's what I get for listening to an album. Though I love the story of Miles Morales growing up. He still doesn't know everything. He's still a 15 or 16-year-old. I don't remember. I think they said 15 or 16. But he is a sophomore in high school, and they're getting him for college. And I think it's cool that he seems very naive and confident to be Spider-Man, but he's still a kid, so he still has that naiveness in him, and so it's good. And I just think I like everything about this is cool because you get to meet new Spider-Man, and Miguel doesn't like Miles since the beginning because according to Miguel, he was never meant to be Spider-Man. Now, the biggest thing I don't like about this movie is I actually felt like his parents. I legit felt like, whoa, Miles, slow down. Why are you growing up so fast? But I mean, the movie did take 4 years to come out, but I felt that emotion, and I think I kind of didn't like that because I was like, I felt like this movie is emotional, man, and I felt that emotion of like, I felt his mom, I felt his dad, I felt that like, whoa, Miles, why are you growing up so fast? Like 4 years ago, I saw this movie about you being a kid, barely learning the ropes of being Spider-Man, and now you're like 16. They get you in the emotions, man. They really do. And then Peter B. Parker with his family, and them having May Parker, Mayday, cute kid. Everything about this movie is good. I love the reasoning why Miguel doesn't like him. I love Miles trying to go home. It doesn't go back to the correct home, and then we find out what happens to New York without Spider-Man. What happened to him if he lost his dad and not his uncle? And it's like, damn. I like the conflict because the conflict is you have one Spider-Man, Miguel from Spider-Man 2099. He is saying that to be Spider-Man, you have to make sacrifices. You have to suffer, losing one person to save millions. But then you have Miles on the other hand, who's still young and a little bit naive but confident, and he's trying to tell Miguel, you don't know that. You don't know that that's really what happens. Why can't I save my dad and millions of people? And it's kind of like you have these two people who like one says no, you're not supposed to do that. This is the way of a Spider-Man. And then you have Miles being like, no, that's incorrect. We can save everybody. And then now you got Gwen making her own team that's probably going to go against Gail's team to find Miles. It's going to be a good movie continuation from that one. And I gotta say, man, if you haven't seen this movie, you should watch it. You may want to watch it more than once to fully understand it. It is very emotional movie. You will feel like, whoa, this kid's kind of growing up, but everything seems to be doing good. The only problem, the biggest issue I did have is Peter B. Parker, the one that has a kid now. Kind of dislike that they made him feel like he was a little bit more dumber than the previous one, and I dislike that. He was trying to prove his worth, and he kind of felt dumber and a little bit useless, because he was always there like, see, I'm a good mentor if I taught him that. See, I must be a good mentor if I taught him that. And it's like, bro, you are a good mentor. You taught him very well. Why is this movie trying to make us think that you aren't good enough? And I kind of dislike that because he was one of my favorite characters, and for him to feel like he wasn't enough, it was just like, seriously, like, why does he feel like he's got a little bit dumber in a way? And the whole movie's about everybody telling Miles, you can't bake your cake and have it at the same time. That's just, but we're coming to the second thing of what I don't like about this movie. I only hate this because Fast X did it too. So I'm not mad at, because I did have I do remember rumors of people saying it's gonna be a two-parter. But I hate this more just because Fast X did it. But the reason why I'm mad at Miles Morales for leaving off at a cliffhanger is because I was like, bro, why are you leaving off a cliffhanger? I don't want to wait another 2 years to find out what happens to my boy Miles. I want to know now. I really did enjoy the movie. Against popular belief, I still prefer the first one to the second. Just because, like I said, the first one was like a first experience for me. It was like, whoa, what is this movie? About Spider-Man, but what is it exactly? Like everything about that movie was just perfect because like it was the first time experiencing it, and you can never redo that. So I gotta say, if you haven't seen this, I know I spoiled a lot of random things, and I know I was just kind of rambling. Hope you guys get a chance to see the movie. Like I said earlier, comment down below what was your favorite part, what you enjoyed, what you didn't enjoy, anything I might have missed. Just comment down. Yeah, but anyways, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.